Welcome back to Mets Nets Jets D podcast, coming to you on a Wednesday, hump day, March 4th. We have a 9-game slate today. I tried to warn you guys yesterday on some plays. What was it? Yesterday we had the upset with the Brooklyn Nets beating the Boston Celtics in a crazy comeback. I tried to warn you. I felt something fishy with that game. That's why I was like, take the Nets +7, and they came through at the end. Um, let's see. I know there was other couple upsets. Spurs came through luckily, and I didn't even know to the last minute about Tim Duncan being the coach. Pelicans let us down somehow. I don't know, but they can score, but they just can't stop nobody. The New Orleans Pelicans. So expect another big night tonight when they face the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas. And that Warriors game against the Nuggets, I told you that number was too big. I didn't expect them to freaking win. They covered the opposite. It was a +15.5 for the Warriors. They wound up winning by 16. That's crazy. Raptors had a strong finish in the fourth quarter. They won. That was good. Kings handled business. They're the better team. And the Lakers handled the 76ers fairly easily. So we're going to move on to today's slate. 9 games. Let's get right into it. Indiana Pacers against the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks coming off a loss, which is a rarity. They only have 9 losses all year long. And now they are back home facing the Indiana Pacers. Oladipo is a game-time decision. Everyone else on the Milwaukee side is pretty healthy. George Hill is going to be questionable, and Kyle Korver is going to be out. But that's not a factor in what I see that the Milwaukee Bucks are going to do to the Indiana Pacers. When the Bucks are home, they tend to win by double digits almost every single time. So I'm going to take Milwaukee and give me the 11 points. It was up to 11.5. It bumped back down, and it came out originally at 10. So either of those options I do like. I think the Bucks, they bounce back, okay? Or you could take Giannis Antetokounmpo to score the most points in the game. It's at -225 if you like that number as well. I do. Next game, we have the OKC Thunder against the Detroit Pistons. We're waiting on news for the Thunder about Danilo Gallinari. He is to be determined. We're not sure yet. But I think that's still enough, definitely, against the Detroit Pistons with no Blake Griffin, no Derrick Rose, no Luke Kennard, no Bruce Brown. Brandon Knight is going to play. Christian Wood's going to play. Just a whole bunch of backups against the well-oiled machine in the Thunder, who got their ass handed to last night against the Clippers. I thought Thunder would cover at least, but I knew 100% Clippers would win. So that was a little shocker. Thunder on the back-to-back, but this is a way lesser of opponent, and they should be able to win handily and most likely covered at 8. But just be safe, take the money line. Next game, we have the Boston Celtics. This embarrassing Boston Celtics team against the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's going to be no Kemba Walker. There's going to be... Let me double check again so I can get this right. Just a second. All right, there's no Gordon Hayward. There's no Jaylen Brown. And there's no Kemba Walker, but there is Jason Tatum. So you can take that with a grain of salt, because on the other side you got no Drummond, and we're not sure about Tristan Thompson. Cleveland has been playing a little bit harder at home, especially after the coaching change. So if I had to choose something, I would like to add more points to the Cleveland Cavaliers side. But I do love Jason Tatum, the way he's been taking over as a leader since Kemba Walker is gone. And he could be the catalyst by himself to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay? So I either like those options. Either take the plus points on the Cavalier side, bump it up, or just take the money line win for the Celtics. If not, be risky and just take the Cavs, because Celtics are hampered. All right? I'm trying to think of a hero scenario for Jason Tatum, but it's not looking pretty for the Celtics. Next game we have the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Brooklyn Nets. I don't want to say surging. I mean, it was a great all around performance by one player, Karis LeVert. Scored 50 points, 51 points last night. Brooklyn Nets play way better at home. This is where I feel comfortable of taking them actually to win the game. Memphis, I understand, are fighting for a playoff spot. So are the Nets. They're trying to move up from 7 to 6. It's gonna be a tough road because they're like 8 games back from the next spot. So the Nets are kind of locked in at the 7 right now. But I think they feel motivated from yesterday. Karis LeVert probably still going to be hot. And against Memphis, I think they can get a tough win at home. The last time these two teams played, Nets handled the Grizzlies, but it was a late charge by Ja Morant at the end of the game to boost the Grizzlies to the win. So I think the Nets get some revenge, okay? Next game, we have the Orlando Magic going up against the Miami Heat. Still no Tyler Hero. I'm waiting for my man to come back. Man's been killing it at the first half of the season, but he's been injured lately. Going up against the Orlando Magic. This one can be a little tricky. It all rides on if Aaron Gordon is going to play. Last time I seen on Fantasy Labs Twitter account, Fantasy Labs NBA, he was questionable. If he's out, I'm all in on the Heat handling the Magic. If he's back, then I'm more on the point side of the Magic, just because they played him tough. They played him tough. The last two meetings, no, but earlier this year, surprise, they beat him the last 2 times. Okay, before that. So right now it's a 2-1 lead for the Miami Heat, but the Magic, they know this team. This is an in-state rival. I don't want to get carried away with the points, okay, on Miami. I would either take the plus side of Magic if Gordon is in. If not, just give me Miami Heat just to win, okay? And if I would choose the over under, I would choose the over as well if you want another option, okay? Next game we have the Utah Jazz going up against the New York Knicks. New York Knicks ruined my parlay the other day against the Houston Rockets. Like, come on, James Harden, you missed a layup to take the lead at the end of the game, really? And then it was just embarrassing. Like, they didn't show up at all. But this is a different animal in the Utah Jazz. They actually can play defense. They have someone that can handle Mitchell Robertson and all the lobs they like to do. Mike Conley can shut down R.J. Barrett or Elfrid Payton. They have some defenders on the Utah Jazz side. So I'm all in on the Jazz. New York Knicks had a nice win. Cool. You got your new president, Leon Rose. That's cool. But I like the Jazz. I like their unit from top to bottom, especially the bench. Jordan Clarkson's going to come off and pop off some points as well. Give me the Jazz money line and point line if you want better odds. Okay. Next game, we have the Chicago Bulls going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota. This, like I said, I've been telling you, this Minnesota team's been very, very feisty. Same on the Chicago Bulls side without Zach LaVine. They're getting people back. They have Otto Porter. Wendell Carter's back. Denzel Valentine is in starting at shooting guard. I like him a lot as well. Marketing is going to be on the limited minutes for today too. So there's just a lot of guys coming in for the Chicago Bulls. It's a positive, but I want to stay. I really wasn't going to choose a winner on this game because it's really tough. I was just going to take the over, or you could go into the game. Go to the game lines and just bump it down a little bit if you think 231 is too high, but I believe it's pretty fair number. Excuse me. All right, so like that's fine right there. Over 219, definitely 100%. I think these two teams play no defense, and they're just going to be scoring and be running up and down the court. If I had to choose a side, it's tough. If I had to choose a side, I like the talent on the Bulls. I like the plus 116 on that side. I like Otto Porter. I like that is Sean Wendell Carter. I like that nucleus more than just Russell and Malik Beasley and a whole bunch of scraps. Okay. Next game, we have the New Orleans Pelicans against the Dallas Mavericks. In this game, Dallas is home, where they're not the best, but they are just slightly above 500. Pelicans coming off an embarrassing loss against the Timberwolves. I don't really factor in tiredness because they're a young team. Like, they got a whole bunch of kids on that team. Um, Definitely would take the over. Even 240 is a lot. I know it's high, but they can pull it. They can push it over. You can, like I did before with the other game, take it down. Take it probably down to like 220, 225. Fine. I think the Pelicans are going to put up a fight. They have to fight for that A spot. It's between them, the Kings, and one other team I can't remember right now. But they need to get in. I think they want to get in, and they got embarrassed and shocked by the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're gonna come to play. Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball are gonna come to play against Luka Doncic and KP. It's gonna be a very competitive game. So if you wanted to take the +6 on the Pelicans as well, I like it. If not, I'm going for the win as well. I got some upsets here coming today. Okay, +180 on the New Orleans Pelicans, trying to shake it up a little bit. Next game, we have the Washington Wizards. It's the last game. We have the Washington Wizards going against the Portland Trailblazers. This is another no defense contest. Again, it makes you want to push the over because these are teams that don't play defense and just score and just run up and down the court. Damian Lillard is going to be back. I'm not sure if he's going to be on a minutes limit. They haven't confirmed it yet from what I've seen, but he's definitely going to play, and that's a huge boost. And when Damian Lillard plays, they usually tend to win against the Washington Wizards. If they go, I'm trying to get up the stats so you can see it. I'm waiting. Come on, I just want to show you the history. You're going to have to take my word for granted right now. I'll try it one more time. Come on. There you go. All right, so Portland, Washington, Portland. So 3 out of the last 5, it's been Portland taking care of business. Portland got off the schneid against Orlando. Now they get their captain back in Damian Lillard. Washington plays no defense. The last time they played was at 225. So they haven't reached that 240s since like earlier in this. That was a year ago. So it's up to you. That is a high number. I would bump that down. That 243. But I'm going with the Portland Trailblazers in this game. I don't think the Wizards are well equipped enough. It's just too much weight on Bradley Beal's back, and he doesn't have enough help. Lillard, McCollum, Anthony, and Whiteside, Trevor Ariza on defense is definitely enough for them to beat the Washington Wizards, okay? So those are my plays for today on Wednesday, March 4th. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my video and my channel, obviously, MeshNetJSD. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MeshNetJSD. I will be posting all my plays for today on Instagram a little bit later. I just got to write them down and make a screenshot and everything, make it look pretty for you. I'm going to put it up later. Don't forget to go to rundfs.com, sign up, get into that Discord and get connected. I appreciate you guys so much. I think we're still at 104. I want to keep pushing those numbers up. I'm trying to reach new areas. Some people will start clicking and subscribing. So we'll see how it goes. All right. We're going to keep pushing. All right. So thank you guys. I will see you tomorrow and peace out.